Hello, everyone, and welcome! Today, we're going to talk about a crucial topic every dog owner faces: taking your dog to the vet. As much as we love our furry friends, the thought of a vet visit often makes them anxious and fearful. But don't worry, with a little bit of training and the right approach, you can make vet visits stress-free for both you and your dog. Let's dive into some simple and effective tips on how to train your dog for a calm and pleasant experience at the vet's office. Taking your dog to the vet can be a stressful experience for both you and your furry friend. The unfamiliar smells, sounds, and the uncertainty of what's going to happen next can cause anxiety in dogs. However, with a little bit of training and preparation, you can help your dog feel calm, comfortable, and confident during these visits. The key to a stress-free vet experience is to start early and create positive associations with the vet's office. Training your dog for a vet visit isn't just about getting them used to the physical exam. It's about setting them up for success with a mindset of comfort and reassurance. Begin by getting your dog used to the carrier or leash that they'll be traveling with, and make the car ride enjoyable too. Play games, offer treats, and use calming techniques so your dog begins to associate the car and the vet's office with pleasant experiences. Socialization plays a big role in helping your dog stay calm in new or potentially stressful situations. Expose your dog to various environments, people, and animals before the visit. Regular trips to the park or visits to pet-friendly shops can build their confidence and reduce the fear of unfamiliar places. Positive reinforcement, like praise and treats, goes a long way in reinforcing the behavior you want to see. It's also important to desensitize your dog to the typical actions a vet might perform. Practice simple things like gently touching their ears, paws, and mouth at home. These mock check-ups will help your dog understand that being handled in these areas doesn't mean something bad is going to happen. The more you prepare your dog for the vet visit, the more relaxed they'll feel when it's time for their real appointment. In this guide, we'll cover practical and effective ways to train your dog for a vet visit, making the entire experience less intimidating for your dog and more manageable for you. Whether it's a routine check-up or an emergency visit, you'll have the tools you need to ensure your dog's visit is as stress-free as possible. Socialization is one of the most important steps in preparing your dog for a vet visit. The earlier you begin socializing your dog, the more successful and less stressful their future vet visits will be. It's crucial to expose your dog to a variety of environments, people, sounds, and situations from a young age. This doesn't mean you have to take them to a vet immediately, but rather to places where they can experience new surroundings and people. Whether it's taking your puppy to a pet-friendly park, walking in different neighborhoods, or even visiting friends' homes with other pets, these experiences help them build confidence and reduce anxiety in unfamiliar situations. The key here is gradual exposure. For example, start by introducing your puppy to the sounds of a busy street, the sight of other animals, and the hustle and bustle of a pet store. Over time, these things will become normal to them. You're helping them develop the ability to handle these experiences calmly and confidently rather than being overwhelmed. If you have an adult dog that hasn't been properly socialized, don't worry. It's never too late to begin. You can still take your dog to the vet, but make sure to first introduce them to quieter environments where they can encounter new people or other dogs in a less stressful way. For instance, you can slowly expose your dog to crowds at a dog-friendly cafe or on a calm walking trail before moving on to busier areas. Socializing your dog isn't just about exposure to new places. It's also about helping them associate new experiences with positive feelings. Take treats with you during these outings and reward your dog for calm behavior. This helps them form positive associations with these new situations. Over time, the more your dog experiences the world around them with positive reinforcement, the less likely they are to become fearful of new environments like the vet's office. As your dog becomes more comfortable with different sights, sounds, and smells, it will be much easier for them to handle the sights and sounds at the vet's office. For example, when you arrive at the vet, instead of feeling anxious about the new environment, they'll be more accustomed to the idea of entering a new, unfamiliar place and interacting with people they haven't met before. This early socialization sets the foundation for making vet visits less overwhelming and allows your dog to approach them with confidence, not fear. By investing time in socialization early on, you're not just preparing your dog for the vet, but you're also ensuring that they grow up to be a well-rounded, adaptable pet who can handle a wide variety of experiences in a calm and balanced way. This will ultimately make vet visits, as well as many other life experiences, much easier to manage for both you and your dog. One of the most crucial aspects of preparing your dog for a vet visit is helping them become accustomed to being handled. At the vet, your dog will undergo various examinations, such as having their ears checked, their paws touched, and possibly even a temperature taken. If your dog isn't used to being handled in these ways, it can cause them unnecessary stress and anxiety when the vet performs these tasks. The more comfortable your dog is with being handled, the less likely they are to become frightened or agitated during their visit. To start, begin at home in a calm and controlled environment where your dog feels safe. Begin with gentle and non-invasive touches. For example, touch your dog's paws gently while sitting next to them on the couch. If they pull away or seem uncomfortable, don't force them, but rather stop and try again later. Use soothing words and praise when they allow you to touch them. Gradually, increase the amount of time you spend handling each part of their body, always rewarding them with praise and small treats. This creates a positive reinforcement loop where your dog starts to associate being touched with rewards, making it more likely they'll tolerate it in the future. Start by getting your dog comfortable with their ears, paws, and tail, as these are the areas often checked by the vet. Gently lift their paws and touch their toes, which is particularly important for grooming and checking their nails. If they're calm and cooperative, gradually increase the handling time. Move on to their ears and mouth, as many dogs find these areas more sensitive. Carefully lift their ears and gently rub around the edges, even opening their mouths slightly to get them used to the feeling. This helps your dog understand that these types of handling aren't harmful, and that it's a normal part of caring for them. It's also important to get your dog comfortable with being restrained, as this might be necessary for certain vet procedures. While holding your dog briefly, remain calm and ensure that you're not holding them too tightly, which could cause distress. It's all about teaching them that restraint isn't something to be afraid of, but rather something that's part of staying healthy. Practice holding them but firmly, ensuring they feel secure without fear. If your dog has specific areas they are especially sensitive to, be patient and work with them over time. For example, if your dog doesn't like having their mouth checked, start by opening their mouth briefly for a few seconds and then reward them with a treat. Gradually extend the duration, but never push them beyond their comfort zone. Patience is key when helping your dog get comfortable with these situations. Another great way to practice handling is to introduce grooming tools like brushes, nail clippers, or even the thermometer used at the vet. This desensitizes them to the sight and sound of these objects, reducing the likelihood that they will become fearful when they encounter them in the vet's office. Use treats or favorite toys when introducing these tools so your dog learns that they are nothing to be afraid of. By consistently working on handling in a positive and low-stress environment, you'll help your dog feel more relaxed when they encounter the same procedures at the vet. The goal is to desensitize them to being touched in ways that might otherwise be uncomfortable or stressful. The more they practice and experience handling in a positive way, the more likely they are to stay calm and cooperative at the vet's office. With time and patience, your dog will become much more comfortable with being touched and handled, whether at home or at the vet, and this can make all the difference in reducing stress and anxiety during their appointments. Making the vet office a positive and familiar environment for your dog is one of the effective ways to reduce anxiety and fear during future vet visits. The vet's office can seem like a strange, intimidating place to many dogs, with unfamiliar smells, sounds, and sights. For dogs that have had negative experiences in the past or who are naturally more anxious, this can lead to high stress and reluctance when it's time to visit again. However, by introducing your dog to the vet office in a calm, controlled way, you can change their perception and make it a much more comfortable place. The first step in making the vet's office a positive place is to take your dog there before their actual appointment. This is especially important if you have a puppy or a dog that has never been to the vet before. Make it a casual, low-pressure trip, not related to any medical procedures. Simply walk in with your dog, let them explore the lobby, and allow them to get familiar with the smells and sounds of the space. If the vet staff is friendly, ask them to greet your dog with some affection, maybe offering a treat. This way, your dog can start to associate the vet's office with positive experiences, rather than associating it solely with medical exams and discomfort. During these visits, avoid making them feel stressed or rushed. Let them sniff around and explore, but don't force them into interactions. You can even bring your dog's favorite toy or blanket with you to provide them with a sense of familiarity and comfort. Having something that smells like home can help reduce their anxiety. Over time, these short trips will help your dog associate the vet's office with more neutral or even positive emotions, which will greatly reduce their stress during the actual vet visit. Another helpful strategy is to familiarize your dog with the staff at the vet's office. While visiting, take the time to introduce your dog to the people who work there, especially the receptionists and veterinary technicians. This socialization with different people in the clinic will help your dog feel more comfortable with the staff on the day of their appointment. It also prevents them from feeling overwhelmed when faced with a new person performing their medical exam. You can even ask the staff to give your dog a treat or offer some kind words during these visits to reinforce the positive experiences. Additionally, ask the vet office staff if you can schedule a happy visit for your dog. This is a visit where no medical procedures take place, just a walk around the office, getting familiar with the space, the staff, and the atmosphere. Many veterinary offices are happy to accommodate this type of visit because it helps dogs feel less fearful and creates a more pleasant environment for future visits. If your dog is particularly fearful or anxious, consider introducing them to the exam room itself during a non-medical visit. Let them walk around the room, sniff the equipment, and even jump onto the table if that's something they're comfortable with. This makes the room feel like just another part of the environment, rather than an intimidating place where they're going to be examined. The more exposure they have to this room in a positive way, the more relaxed they'll feel when it's time for their actual vet visit. For dogs that are extra anxious, try to integrate small training exercises into your visits. You can reward your dog for calm behavior in the lobby or for approaching the exam room. These positive reinforcements will teach them that calm behavior equals rewards, reinforcing that the vet's office is a place where good things happen. Over time, with repeated positive experiences, your dog will start to look forward to going to the vet, rather than dreading it. It may take several visits before your dog feels fully at ease in the vet's office, but the effort will be well worth it in the long run. By consistently associating the vet office with pleasant experiences, you're setting the stage for future visits to be much easier and less stressful for both you and your dog. This early work can help your dog feel more secure and confident when it comes time for their medical exams, vaccinations, or other treatments, turning the vet's office into a neutral or even positive place in their mind. Making the vet office a familiar, positive place isn't just about the environment, it's about the emotional association your dog forms with it. By investing time in these positive interactions and building a comfortable relationship with the clinic, you ensure that your dog won't just tolerate vet visits, but can face them with less fear and more confidence. Positive reinforcement is one of the most effective and human methods of training your dog, especially when preparing them for something potentially stressful, like a vet visit. Essentially, positive reinforcement means rewarding your dog for good behavior, which encourages them to repeat that behavior. This technique can make a huge difference in helping your dog stay calm and comfortable during their vet visit and in their overall behavior during training. The key is consistency, timing, and the type of reward used. When your dog associates calm behavior with something they love, such as treats, toys, or praise, they are more likely to stay relaxed and behave well. Start by using positive reinforcement during your training sessions at home. For example, when you practice handling your dog's paws, ears, or teeth Reward them immediately after each successful interaction. If they allow you to touch their paws calmly, give them a treat and offer praise like, "Good job!" or "Well done." This creates a clear connection in their mind between the calm behavior and the reward they receive. It's important that the reward is given immediately after the action so that your dog can make the association between the two. The more often you do this, the stronger the association becomes, and your dog will start to naturally associate being touched in certain areas with positive outcomes, which reduces the likelihood of anxiety at the vet. Positive reinforcement is also incredibly useful when you're preparing your dog for a vet visit. Once your dog is comfortable with handling in the vet office, you can begin rewarding them for calm behavior during your visits. For example, when your dog enters the waiting area calmly or doesn't react negatively to other dogs or new people, reward them with a small treat. This will help your dog understand that being calm in these situations will earn them a reward. The goal is to create an association between calm, positive behavior and rewards that your dog values. One aspect of positive reinforcement that is often overlooked is verbal praise. While treats are highly motivating for most dogs, some dogs are more motivated by verbal praise or playtime. If your dog is more playful and enjoys toys, bring their favorite squeaky toy or ball with you and use it as a reward during training sessions. Offering playtime or praise is just as effective as food for certain dogs. If your dog enjoys cuddles or attention, make sure to offer that as a reward. Whatever form of reward you choose, it should be something your dog enjoys and is motivated by. This ensures that they are more likely to repeat the desired behavior. You can also use positive reinforcement to help desensitize your dog to situations you might find stressful at the vet. For example, if your dog is nervous about walking into the vet's office, you can reward them for each small step they take calmly towards the entrance. Praise them when they enter the building, when they approach the receptionist, or when they remain calm in the waiting area. Gradually increase the difficulty of the situations as they progress. If your dog is nervous about the exam room, reward them when they enter the room or when they sit quietly on the table. The more often you reward them for staying calm in these situations, the more your dog will associate the vet visit with positive outcomes. During actual medical procedures, positive reinforcement can still be effective. If your dog is cooperative during an examination or a vaccination, reward them afterward with praise and treats. This can help reinforce the idea that going to the vet doesn't always have to be a negative experience. The goal is to reduce your dog's anxiety by showing them that good things happen when they remain calm during the vet visit and that they will be rewarded for being brave. It's important to remember that consistency is key when using positive reinforcement. Don't wait until the vet visit to start rewarding your dog. Begin rewarding calm behavior at home and in other situations where your dog might experience anxiety. The more you practice this with your dog, the more it will become second nature, and they will begin to expect rewards for staying calm and collected, whether they're in the vet's office or simply walking down the street. Additionally, don't forget to use positive reinforcement for the small victories. If your dog is particularly anxious about one aspect of the vet visit, like getting into the car or entering the building, reward them for taking baby steps towards overcoming their fear. Each small success is a step in the right direction and should be celebrated. The more you reinforce these positive behaviors, the more confident and comfortable your dog will feel, not just at the vet, but in all new or potentially stressful situations. In summary, using positive reinforcement to train your dog for vet visits is all about creating a connection between calm behavior and rewards. With patience and consistency, your dog will learn to associate the vet with positive experiences, making future visits much less stressful for both of you. Positive reinforcement helps your dog build confidence and trust in you, reducing fear and anxiety, and ensuring that vet visits can be a positive, routine part of their life. One of the most important things you can do when preparing your dog for a vet visit is to remain calm and confident throughout the entire process. Dogs are incredibly perceptive and can sense our emotions, which means if you're feeling anxious or nervous, your dog is likely to pick up on that energy and become anxious themselves. On the other hand, if you remain calm, composed, and confident, Your dog will likely mirror those feelings, helping them stay calm as well. This is why it's essential to take steps to manage your own stress before and during the vet visit. First, it's crucial to recognize that your dog looks to you for guidance. They trust you to keep them safe and to lead them through new or potentially frightening experiences. If you walk into the vet's office with a sense of calm assurance, your dog will likely follow suit. This means practicing staying composed when you're preparing for the vet visit. For example, when it's time to get your dog into the car or when you're walking them to the vet's office, take deep, steady breaths and walk with purpose. This helps signal to your dog that the situation is not one to be worried about and reassures them that they don't need to be afraid. Before you even leave for the vet, take a moment to check in with yourself. If you're feeling anxious, try some calming techniques such as deep breathing or visualization. Imagine yourself calmly handling the situation with your dog by your side remaining calm. This mental preparation helps reduce anxiety and sets you up for success. You can also do relaxation exercises at home with your dog, such as practicing deep breathing together or using a calming pheromone diffuser. The more you practice these techniques, the easier it will be for both you and your dog to stay calm during the actual visit. Another aspect of staying calm involves your physical body language. Dogs are excellent at reading our body language, so it's important to maintain a relaxed and confident stance. Avoid making any sudden movements or showing signs of uncertainty. For instance, if your dog is hesitant about entering the vet's office, don't crouch down to them or try to coax them in with a high-pitched, anxious voice. Instead, walk in confidently, stand tall, and speak in a calm, soothing tone. Your posture should convey that the situation is under control and there's nothing to worry about. This can help reassure your dog and give them the confidence to follow your lead. It's also important to practice staying calm during more challenging moments at the vet. If your dog starts to show signs of anxiety, such as whining, shaking, or trying to escape, try not to panic or react in a way that reinforces their fear. Instead, keep your voice steady and reassuring. You can also use techniques like petting or soft verbal praise to help soothe your dog. Even if your dog becomes nervous during a specific part of the exam, try to remain composed and calm, as this will encourage them to relax as well. Sometimes, staying calm means staying patient. Vet visits can be unpredictable, and your dog may not always react the way you expect. If your dog becomes nervous during the examination or refuses to cooperate, try not to get frustrated or impatient. Take a few deep breaths and approach the situation with a sense of calm problem solving. If your dog is too anxious to stay still, let the vet know, and together you can come up with a plan to help ease their anxiety. This might include taking breaks during the exam or using calming aids, such as anxiety wraps or pheromone sprays. Additionally, if you've had previous stressful experiences at the vet, it's important to leave those behind. Dogs can pick up on our past experiences, and if we enter the vet's office with a sense of dread or expectation of trouble, our dog may feel the same. Try to approach each visit with a fresh perspective. Just because past visits may have been stressful doesn't mean this one will be. Start with a positive mindset, stay confident, and remember that your dog can sense your emotional state and will follow your lead. A good practice is to keep the mood light and positive, especially if your dog starts to get anxious. By staying calm and showing your dog that they have nothing to fear, you're teaching them to trust you and to look to you for guidance during stressful situations. A positive attitude and a calm demeanor will not only help ease your dog's anxiety, but it will also ensure that the entire vet visit goes much more smoothly for both of you. Moreover, if your dog is particularly fearful of certain aspects of the vet visit, like getting on the exam table or seeing a needle, make sure to remain calm and focused on helping your dog through the situation. Use gentle reassurance and stay patient. Dogs are much more likely to remain calm when they see their owner staying calm, even in the face of challenging situations. In summary, your ability to stay calm and confident has a direct impact on your dog's emotional state and behavior during the vet visit. By practicing relaxation techniques, maintaining calm body language, and staying composed even when things get difficult, you can help reduce your dog's anxiety and make the visit a more positive experience for both of you. This approach is not only helpful for vet visits, but for any other potentially stressful situations your dog may face in the future. With time, both you and your dog will feel more confident and at ease when navigating new or challenging experiences. Preparation is key to reducing stress for both you and your dog when it comes time for a vet visit. The more organized and prepared you are, the more smoothly the appointment will go. Taking the time to plan ahead ensures that your dog will have a more comfortable experience, and it also gives you peace of mind knowing that you have everything in order. Here are some essential steps to take when preparing for a vet visit. Start by ensuring that all of your dog's essential documents are up to date and readily available. This includes their vaccination records, any medical history, and the contact information for your regular vet if applicable. You may need to fill out forms or provide your dog's medical history when you arrive at the vet's office, so it's helpful to have everything prepared in advance. If your dog has any ongoing medical conditions, take note of any changes in their behavior, diet, or general health since their last visit, as this information will be valuable for the vet. If your dog has any medications they need to take, make sure to bring those with you and keep them in their original packaging to avoid any confusion. Some medications need to be administered at specific times, so it's important to ensure that you give your dog their medication on schedule, especially if the vet appointment is during that time. You may also want to bring any supplements or special dietary foods that your dog uses, in case the vet recommends adjustments to their diet or requires further examination of their nutrition. Before heading out the door, make sure your dog is physically prepared for the visit. If your dog is due for a bath or grooming, try to complete these tasks before the visit. This helps keep your dog clean and reduces the likelihood of them being uncomfortable during their exam. However, avoid giving your dog a bath the same day as the vet appointment, as some dogs can become stressed by the change in their routine. Keeping a regular grooming schedule will help your dog feel more relaxed during handling, as they will already be accustomed to being touched and brushed. Another important step in preparation is managing your dog's energy levels before the visit. If your dog is particularly energetic, consider going for a walk or playing a game of fetch to tire them out a bit before the appointment. A tired dog will often be calmer and more cooperative during the vet visit, especially if they're used to a high level of activity. However, avoid overexerting them, as an exhausted dog can become irritable, which might lead to more stress during the appointment. A balanced approach to physical activity before the visit is best for a calm demeanor. In addition to physical preparation, it's important to think about the emotional aspect of the visit. If your dog has had negative experiences with the vet in the past, you can start preparing them emotionally by using calming techniques. Consider using anxiety-relieving products like calming collars, sprays, or supplements designed for dogs. These products often contain ingredients like pheromones or natural herbal remedies that can help reduce anxiety and stress. Additionally, there are calming music playlists or sounds designed specifically for dogs that can help create a soothing atmosphere. You can play these calming sounds before the visit and during the car ride to help your dog relax. It's also a good idea to familiarize your dog with the carrier or harness they'll be using for transport. If your dog isn't used to being in a crate or carrier, take the time to practice crate training before the vet visit. You can make the carrier a positive place by placing treats, toys, or a comfortable blanket inside. Allow your dog to explore the carrier on their own terms and reward them for entering calmly. This will help reduce any stress or resistance when it's time to place them inside for the ride to the vet. On the day of the visit, try to keep the morning as stress-free as possible. Avoid rushing and instead stick to a calm routine that your dog is familiar with. Take your dog for a quick walk before the appointment to give them an opportunity to relieve themselves and burn off any excess energy. Ensure that your dog has had a light meal, but avoid feeding them a large meal right before the visit, as this can sometimes cause discomfort or nausea during the car ride. When preparing for the visit, it's also crucial to mentally prepare yourself. Be aware of any feelings of stress or anxiety you might be carrying, as your dog will pick up on those emotions. Remind yourself that the vet visit is a routine part of your dog's care, and everything is being done to ensure their health and safety. If you are feeling nervous, take a few minutes to practice deep breathing or visualization techniques to calm your mind. Your dog will take cues from you, so staying composed and positive will help them feel more at ease. On the day of the vet appointment, consider arriving a few minutes early so you're not rushed. This will also give you some time to acclimate your dog to the environment before the appointment begins. If possible, ask if you can wait in a quieter area of the clinic, as loud noises and crowded spaces can heighten anxiety for some dogs. Once in the waiting area, stay calm and composed, and gently reassure your dog with soft words or petting. Avoid making a big deal out of the situation, as excited or anxious energy can transfer to your dog. Finally, while you're at the vet, stay involved and ask questions about your dog's health. Being proactive in your dog's care shows your dog that the vet visit is a positive and necessary part of their well-being. When your dog sees you being attentive and confident, they are more likely to feel secure, knowing they can trust you to guide them through the experience. In preparation for a vet visit, every detail counts, from gathering important documents and managing your dog's physical and emotional health to maintaining your own calm and confidence. By taking these steps, you are ensuring a smoother, less stressful experience for both you and your dog, helping your dog feel more relaxed, safe, and cared for during the entire visit. In conclusion, preparing your dog for a vet visit doesn't have to be a stressful experience. By starting early with socialization, using positive reinforcement, practicing handling, and staying calm and confident, you can help your dog feel more comfortable and secure. The key is to build positive associations with the vet's office and reduce anxiety by making the experience as calm and predictable as possible. Remember, every step you take to reduce fear and increase familiarity will help your dog have a smoother, stress-free visit. At the end of the day, your dog looks to you for guidance and reassurance. By taking the time to train, prepare, and stay composed, you are not only making the vet visit easier for your dog, but you're also strengthening the bond between you and your furry companion. Vet visits will no longer be a source of stress, but an opportunity for you to show your dog that everything is okay and that they can trust you to take care of them. With patience, consistency, and the right approach, both you and your dog will walk into the vet's office ready for a calm, positive experience.